With the report of the Committee of the Whole House, be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of clauses 2, 4, 7, 8, 14, 30, and 52 immediately after the phrase 61 of 2022. Yes, Millie? Sana, let's give the first bite to the proponent of the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I'll give it to you after that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank Honorable Kaluma for bringing that motion, but wish to oppose it for the following reasons. Mr. Speaker, this bill was actually a bill that was given priority according to the rules of this House because it was passed in the last Parliament. Mr. Speaker, you do realize that we are only about 1.5 years away. This bill has been here unduly long. And Mr. Speaker, part of the reason that it's been here unduly long is because we went for harmonization, and that harmonization has taken unduly long. Mr. Speaker, this bill was before the House last week. Honorable Kaluma was not around. I was around. The committee, we sat before the committee. We agreed on some issues. We did not agree on some issues. For those who were in the House last week, even my own amendments, or even the ones I opposed against the committee, passed against my wish. But it's not a matter of life and death, even if the things I wanted didn't pass. Mr. Speaker, this is assisted reproductive technology bill. It is not the bill that is being used to take people to heaven. If it was a bill to go to heaven, then we must make sure it is absolutely clean. But this is a bill for earth. And on earth, there are processes. One of the processes is Senate. And some of these issues that are being said here are not really major. Let it go to Senate. Let them go to Senate if you are not filibustering. And Mr. Speaker, whether we like it or not, I can tell you this, that this bill will come for mediation. Why? Because people have different views on different issues. Even there are some that the Senate which will bring that I will not agree with, that Honorable Kaluma will not agree with. So it will definitely come again for mediation. I would want to encourage Honorable Kaluma that let the bill go to Senate once and for all. This bill has been here too much. It is not controversial. And just for record, Mr. Speaker, this is the third Parliament this bill has come. In the first Parliament when I brought it, it was supported 100%. The answer can bear me out. There was no opposition to this bill. Why? It's an innocent bill helping men and women who cannot have children. Mr. Speaker, men and women like me who don't have children, I'm even happy and I thank Kaluma for bringing it so that I can congratulate my stepdaughter on the floor of the House because she's getting married the day after tomorrow. And that's the reason I will not be in the House, and I requested you that I put this bill. Mr. Kaluma, Honorable Kaluma, I don't have the privilege you have of having children. I don't have the privilege. Yes, I don't. It is a fact.
Order, Millie.
It is a fact. I don't have the privilege.
Millie, nothing personal. Let's order.
It is not personal, but it is a reality.
Take your seat. Just take your seat, Honorable Millie. Honorable Millie, you are my very good friend, and I know you very well. I know your situation, and we are friends, and we even talk and laugh about it. Let's not veer into what looks personal. Just address the issues he raised and convince the House. If they agree with him, we will recommit. If they don't agree with him, we'll dispose of the matter. But don't digress into what looks like something personal between the two of you, or he has and you don't have, or you have and he doesn't have.
Honorable Ichungwa has told me there are many other things I have which he doesn't, so I withdraw that. So I withdraw that, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, having withdrawn that, yes, I just want to urge the House that legislation has to come to an end. We can't legislate for eternity. This bill needs to come to an end, for goodness sake. let this bill come for third reading. Let it go to Senate. Let Senate consider it. They will either pass it or they will keep it as they kept it in the last 3 parliaments. I will still come back and I will push it because it's my life's purpose to be a voice of the voiceless in this House. And I will not stop, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, and I urge the House to oppose that motion by Honorable Kaluma.
Sane, what did you want to say?
Mr.
I
Speaker,
truncated you because you're out of order then.
my senior has aptly put what I wanted to say, that the procedure of the House is so clear. This bill has been published, and Honorable Kaluma has been around. It went to second reading. His views were welcome. If he didn't participate, that means it went full throttle in terms of House procedure. Mr. Speaker, it is absolutely a matter of filibustering that we want to delay this particular piece of legislation. It will be going to the Senate, and thereafter, should there be any contentious issue, it will be up for mediation. I entirely agree with Honorable Millie Odhiambo that this bill be allowed. It is time to run to the end. We don't have to waste time. We are filibustering about this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Being, we have a responsibility as this parliament to complete this law. Because if we don't complete it, we are then allowing illegalities to happen. Because currently, people are using the back door to have assisted reproductive technology. So we must legislate so that we ensure that there are some guidelines. Because right now it's happening. People are having surrogacy, and then after that, they adopt their own children. So they're using backdoor methods. And it is happening every day. So we will be seen as a parliament that failed to pass a law, hence providing for space for it to be done in a way that can be abused. So let us proceed with it. Let's complete this bill. Let it go to Senate. And in any case, a law is not fixed. It's not fixed. What will happen is, if in the future, after it is implemented, and we see that there are gaps, we will simply come and make an amendment to a few clauses, instead of killing a good bill that is actually needed in this country. And in other countries, this law is there. The law is in every single country except Kenya. We are the ones being irresponsible. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I oppose.
Yes, Karoli, to be fair to Kaluma, he's not moved any motion to kill the bill. Yes, Karoli?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise. I think Honorable Kaluma can predict which direction I will go because this has been a long fight. We laugh about it. He says whenever this bill is...
A written request from the Honorable Kaluma seeking to move a motion to recommit clauses 2, 4, and 52. So the right procedure is to allow him to move the motion. If the motion is carried, and I believe it will not take much time, then we recommit. If the motion is negatived, then we proceed to put the question. Honorable Kaluma.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of clauses 2, 4, 7, 8, 14, 30, and 52 immediately after the phrase 61 of 2022. Honorable Speaker, because the bill is not in the order paper, allow me just 2 or 3 minutes to explain the additional amendments. I'm requesting the House to put a halt to their process and reverse this matter too. Honorable Speaker, this bill was transacted last Tuesday by the Committee of the Whole House. In clause 2, I would be seeking recommittal, Honorable Speaker, to clean up the definition of the word father and mother, honorable members. In the definition which was passed in the committee, father was defined to mean a male intended parent, a male intended parent. So I would be moving to remove if a committal is allowed, intended so that it is a male parent. And mother was defined, Honorable Speaker, to mean a female intended parent. I will be moving to, if there is recommittal, to delete intended so that a mother shall mean a female parent. And I will be doing this, Honorable Speaker, because for definition of, we have said parent shall have the meaning under the Children's Act, which is a biological parent or parentage conferred by law. So it is already clear that whether through adoption or children born under this arrangement, under the bill, their definition is there. So the intended is what I'll be cleaning if we recommit and clause 2 comes to consideration. Honorable Speaker, in terms of clause 30, which was a very material consideration, I'm in agreement with the committee of the whole house in terms of what they passed, that where there is no genetic link between the intended parents and the child that is born, the intended parent has to go to court. But Honorable Speaker, the amendment I'll be bringing will be in terms of a new subclause 10. We have said so, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, but we have not said when you are going to court, what rules of procedure do you follow? How do you approach the court? And how are those proceedings undertaken? And so if recommittal is allowed by the House, Honorable Speaker, what I'll be adding will be to say that the Chief Justice shall make rules for court approach in that instances. And I'm picking that provision, Honorable Speaker, from the Children's Act, where the Chief Justice also makes rules for adoption procedures, because otherwise we are requiring such intended parents to go to court, but the procedure and the rules are not prescribed. Honorable Speaker, in terms of the amendments I would be proposing if recommittal is allowed in terms of clause 52, we had in the bill indicated, Honorable Speaker, that matters such as eligibility of donors, storage of gametes and embryos, the number of embryos that can be planted in a woman, the rights and duties of parents, donors, and surrogates and children would be in regulations. Honorable Speaker, when we went to harmonization, the committee was persuaded to agree that those are very substantive issues and required to be in the substantive act if passed. And the committee indeed moved during the committee of the whole house provisions touching on all these matters, and they were passed. And so we will be, if recommittal is permitted, deleting this from the remit of regulations. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, in terms of clause number 8, and I'm only saying this because members don't have this bill, it was initially indicated it would be transacted tomorrow. I will not be seeking deletion of the entire clause 8 as passed by the committee during committee of the whole house, but I'll be seeking deletion of 8E. And then just allow me to read it because it is a short one. It deals with obligations of county governments, and what we have passed, county governments shall establish linkages and networks with the local and international development partners to mobilize and source for funding to promote the delivery of quality and cost-effective assisted reproductive technology. I believe, Honorable Speaker, that is something you cannot obligate on a government. Seeking funding and others, it could be in proposals and other things, but it cannot be a mandatory obligation being imposed on a government. Honorable Speaker, lastly, in terms of cleanup, when you look at clause 7, honorable members, I will not be seeking deletion of the whole if recommittal is permitted, but I will be seeking deletion of part C, which says the national government shall provide regulations to ensure assisted reproductive health services are covered by every health insurance provider, including the National Health Insurance Fund. I would be seeking that deletion because the regulation-making authority, including on the matter of insurance, is in clause 52, and that amendment is already passed following the committee. So that, Honorable Speaker, I'm only moving so that we clean up those matters of terminology and so that we make it clear that when you are going to court, under what rules, some rule-making authority in the Chief Justice, in the Chief Justice, as is usually by all laws, and then these people cannot be hanging. They know we'll go by chamber summons, by petition, and undertaking of proceedings will be before a judge of the High Court in what manner. Honorable Speaker, I beg that this motion be approved by the members. And I know, Honorable Speaker, that there is anxiety that this bill has delayed. I know this bill is going to the Senate. What I'm requesting is that if there are things we can clean here, we clean them, because if it goes to Senate and they move amendments there, this bill, in my view, will be delayed even much further, because it will then be forced to go to committee, to mediation committee, where it may be even lost. Yet it is a very good bill we have passed and we've agreed on during harmonization in terms of the provisions which we have passed. Honorable Speaker, without much ado, I request the Honorable Kainan to second.
Hold, Kainan. What is your point of order, Didymus?
Mr. Speaker, I didn't want to interrupt my very good friend, Honorable Kaluma, but Honorable Kaluma has been on record for very many years, since I knew him, confirming that he had some children out of wedlock, and there were some encumbrances around that area.
You are out of order. Take your seat.
Could he be conflicted?
Take your seat. You are out of order. Kainan? Kaluma is not in any motion on the floor of this House.
Mr. Speaker, the mover, the originator of this bill is a seasoned lawyer.
I stand to oppose because I think if we allow this to be the way we conduct business, then every business that comes on the floor of the House, then we'll just wait until we go to this stage, and then you recommit the whole bill again. So, Mr. Speaker, I think it's important that we allow this bill to proceed, because we already know that there is a way by which it can be cured. If there's any proposals that the honorable member has, he can actually go to Senate, because it's not the end of it. But at least for this House, let us do the fair thing to do and support it so that we can move to the next level. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Zamzam, huyo ndio wa mwisho.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi niweze kuongezea nikisema kuwa Mheshimiwa Spika, mjadala huu imekuwa hapa kwenye bunge kwa muda mrefu sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na kuna kina mama kule nje na wale ambao wanandoa wanahangaika sana, na ni vyema kuwa wapewe nao nafasi yao ya kuweza kupata vizazi Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo mimi nataka kusema Mheshimiwa Kaluma, ulikuwa hapa bungeni wakati ule hii bili na haukuwepo hiyo siku. Kwa hiyo isije kuwa ndo sababu ya wewe kuja nyuma tena kuja kuzuia ikachukua muda mrefu. Hizi bills zikipita baadaye, hata baada ya miezi 6 waweza kuja na ile kutaka kuweza kuamend, ukaleta amendments zako na zikachukuliwa Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo mimi namuunga mkono dadangu Millie, nasema hii bili iweze kupita, kwenye matatizo wapate nafuu, kwa sababu Mheshimiwa Spika, tumeona hata kwenye mahospitali kuna wazazi ambao wamekuwa wanaibiwa watoto kwa sababu kuna mtu mahali ana tamaa ya kupata mtoto aitwe mama. Kwa hiyo kama kuna mwanya umetokea wae kusaidiwa katika sheria, afadhali tuweze kupatia nafasi hii bili iweze kupita na wao pia waweze kupata faraja. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Members on their feet, take your seats. DK and Richard, take your seats. Yes, Dr. Nyikal.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I actually arise to oppose the recommittal. Because, Mr. Speaker, this bill was actually passed here. It went to the Senate, it lapsed. And I took a very active part. This bill came back, Mr. Speaker, and we actually gone through it. And we went through harmonization, we went on retreat, we came back, it came here, again there was disagreement. We then went and I actually undertook, and we took almost a month going through this bill, almost line by line again, and we almost finished. Last week when it came, the very areas that we are talking about here are the ones that came. Honorable Kaluma was not in. He did not leave somebody to actually prosecute. Honorable Millie actually tried,
yes,
if he could be allowed.
Yeah, I thank you, Honorable Speaker, not on the substance of the matter, but Honorable Speaker, comments are being made about my absence from the House, as if Honorable Nyikal, Honorable Millie, and even the House did not know why I was not there. Honorable Speaker, on the day that was scheduled for this bill to be transacted last Wednesday, we were doing the memorial prayers of the late Prime Minister Raila Odinga at Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay, my constituency. And indeed, we planned it, including with Honorable Millie, and I told them with Honorable Nyikal. So they knew I was tied there. I could not stop what is preventing. And honorable members, you know I'm a very hardworking MP. I never failed to be in the House. So that is why I was not there. May it not go on record that it was because of dereliction of duty. In fact, I think...
actually gave you permission to be away, so it's not
I
an
imagine a match was being stolen on me, but I'm not into that. I'm saying let us conclude this process.
Nikal, finish up.
So, Mr. Speaker, I leave you because you know the rules of the House more than anybody, see understanding orders. And what happens when one is not able to be there, that I leave to you to decide. But Mr. Speaker, even the issues that are being raised that sound are very odd, like an intended parent. This is because we have the issue of surrogacy here and assisted fertilization, reproductive process which is assisted. And therefore, you are going to even have agreements. And those agreements, you will have to indicate who is in the agreement about the parents. That is where the intended issue comes. And so, even the other about the court case, that we argued a lot in harmonization. And it was agreed that that will be left to court. There must be processes that will come. So with that, Mr. Speaker, in my opinion, let this bill be passed. Let's not recommit it. Whatever we do, bills always come here and amendments come and we do it. Let it go and be tried out there. Out there, people are actually going on with assisted reproduction without a law to guide the process. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order members on their feet. Take your seats. Kiborek. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the motion for agreement, that the motion for agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House be amended by inserting the words, subject to recommittal of clauses 2, 7, 2, 4, 7, 8, 14, 30, and 52, immediately after the phrase 61 of 2022. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. Now we go back to the order paper called